I was told by a lot of people to watch The Rubbler. The Rubbler does also SCP stuff, and I was told I should watch a variety of SCP shenanigans. So this one is Wendigo Skull, which of course immediately reminds me of my boy Wendigoon, who I absolutely adore. I love that dude. Love his videos, love hanging out with him. What a beautiful man. So I figured we'll do this Wendigo Skull, and apparently the rubber is gonna scar my face and my brain. So let's do it, baby.
A warped man walked out of the woods.
Bro, you do not need to call Wendigoon a warped man just because he's lanky.
Killed our friends right in front of us.
Okay, never mind.
Sometimes it would stare more than it would make to kill. Try to talk to you. It whispered at me.
It whispered at me, and then it made a 4-hour-long video on conspiracy theories.
Come and eat. It made me cold in my bones. When I was made to kill, I thought of this, and it calmed me. Hello, everybody. I'm the Rubber. Today,
hello, Rubber. Guys, check out the Rubber. Look how cute and square his head is.
we bring you SCP Foundation Euclid Class Object SCP-323. SCP-323, also known as Wendigo Skull.
Wait, it's just the skull?
Is the skull of an unidentified cervid measuring 55 centimeters long.
No, it's just a skull. You think it's gonna traumatize me? Please, please.
27 centimeters wide and 31 centimeters tall, with a pair of antlers growing from the left and right sides of SCP-323. 323 shows signs of damage consistent with outside exposure, with
Outside exposure, like, you know, falling off cliffs.
regular pitting, scarring, and weathering across the object, bleaching on the upper surfaces, and a missing lower jaw. The
Okay.
rear of the skull features an approximately
Alright, what's the catch, homie? What's the catch? It's just a skull.
centered ovoid gap, measuring 25 centimeters high and 23 centimeters
This
wide,
ain't gonna traumatize me. It's a holy skull. Please.
giving access to an interior space 16 centimeters deep. This gap shows signs of tool use, indicating that it was carved with tools, possibly stone.
Wait, it was carved? I thought it was a skull.
SCP-323 displays the ability to react to oral, tactile, and visual stimuli.
Visual stimuli? How the hell does that work?
Testing has revealed SCP-323 appears to have a field of view, similar to that of other cervids,
Wait, so it's like alive-ish? This isn't gonna be another nightmare fuel one, please. I have enough insomnia without SCP.
and has responded to visual stimuli from up to 50 meters away. 323 is also capable of limited locomotion, typically in the form of small movements and vibrations.
Okay, creepy. Not dangerous, but creepy.
In most cases, 323 will only move away when touched, or when personnel are present within its containment chamber. But 323 has also
Why do
demonstrated
they need it in a containment chamber? It's like, ooh, it vibrates, ooh. Like, come on, man. That's not so scary.
the ability to make larger movement, such as lunging at SCP's personnel
Just randomly jumps at people?
and repeatedly attempting to break through its containment. SCP-323 exerts an influential
Okay, alright. That's scary. Okay.
effect in a radius extending roughly 15 meters from itself. Individuals within this radius will begin experiencing cannibalistic thoughts and urges,
Oh, Lord!
violent outbursts,
So it could, like, turn people into cannibals? That's pretty scary, I guess. Alright, that's pretty creepy.
and impaired judgment after approximately 1 hour of continuous exposure. Roughly 74% of
only
individuals
if you're there for an hour. Alright, dude, doesn't seem that creepy, bro. Doesn't seem that creepy. They could put it away. Dude, I get cannibalistic urges when I watch 2 episodes of Adventure Time. Please, that happens to all of us.
who reach this point will attempt to place their heads through the gap present in the back
Oh, that's why that's carved out. To wear it.
of 323. If an individual is incapable of fitting their whole head through the gap, attempts will be made to bludgeon their heads against nearby hard surfaces, until the point that the individual's head manages to fit.
Okay, alright. Oh, God. Oh, dude. Oh, God, bro.
Loses
I am
consciousness
officially unsettled.
or pass on. Once the
Dude, they'll just bludgeon their heads against the wall until they die. or could fit it in the skull. Why is that desire to put the skull on so strong?
The individual has fit their head through 323.
Fill the room with cement, drop it in the ocean. Yes! Preach, King!
Individual is classified as SCP-323-1. Within 10 minutes of putting 323 on, 323-1 will undergo drastic physical alterations.
Ooh.
323-1 will experience a rapid loss of body fat.
Oh my god, he becomes skeletal in some way. He becomes a whole ass hollow.
Body hair
It can
and
give head though. Damn.
pigmentation, followed by the rupturing of the distal phalanges from the fingertips, abnormal tooth growth, and the blackening of extremities consistent with frostbite.
Okay, that's actually horrifying. Holy shit. It just slowly but surely takes over the host.
Additionally, 323-1 appears to experience greater strength and pain tolerance than the average human.
But what's its temperament? That's horrifying. This is some body horror shit.
However, 323-1 still appears to be as susceptible to physical harm as it was before contacting SCP-323.
Okay.
SCP-323-1's metabolism will experience a dramatic increase,
Alright, so
requiring
he's
a
hungry.
constant caloric intake,
Please! Oh wait, but it makes people cannibals. Oh.
with starvation occurring anywhere between 15 to 30 minutes. If no
Starvation? What, means it dies? Like it actually will just die of hunger and the mask will fall off?
self-preservation efforts are made. In order to sustain its increased metabolism, 323-1 will actively seek out and eat other individuals for sustenance.
Ah! Yep, cannibalism, baby! He is one hungry boy.
If 323-1
Spaghetti.
is incapable of finding plentiful nourishment, 323-1 will make efforts to
Oh god, don't start eating your own limbs.
sustain itself, including limiting movement, rationing available food,
Alright, let's go!
and auto-cannibalism.
What the frick is auto-cannibalism?
SCP-323-1 will only feed upon humans.
That is the worst clause I've ever heard in my life! Dude's gonna open up the sickest mukbang channel on all of YouTube in a second.
Presume that 323-1 can receive sustenance from other sources, but chooses not to.
Oh, he's a selective eater. Let's go. Let's go. And this is why Dream put the mask back on. True.
Despite availability or ease of access.
It would rather eat itself than eat other food.
During the pursuit of individuals, SCP-323-1 has been known to occasionally make various statements in the Severn, Ojibwe, Potawatomi, and Cree languages,
Wendigo lore.
as well as in the native language of 323-1 original itself. It is not known if these statements and the knowledge of these languages is the result of SCP-323's anomalous influence, or
Probably.
if they originate from 323 itself.
I don't really know what the difference is, but okay, all right. So wait, so this skull has like a personality, or it's just hungry? Are there more of them? Like, what's the deal here?
The following audio log has been transcribed from surveillance recovered during the 2006 containment breach of SCP-323, which resulted in the death of 12 personnel members. Before
Brother, it killed 12 people? I don't understand. I feel like this is the easiest SCP to contain.
containment could be reestablished. Hungry. So hungry. I must eat.
God, that's scary as shit.
So very hungry. Always, always hungry.
Yep, that's terrifying.
Must not eat. I have
Oh, so it fights with the host. Oh, God, that's scary. Okay, alright. This is, oh, Lord. This is just Attack on Titan Wendigo body horror. It's fighting with its host the whole time, too. After the host bludgeoned its head to be able to put the mask on, it's still in there, alive in there, just subdued and forced to, oh, God, that's horrifying.
alone. Hungry. Should eat.
Annihilated.
Must eat them all.
Oh, that is gross. God damn.
I must
I don't need it. I need it.
eat to know warmth.
Wait, what? So hold on. So its eating of people is also how it doesn't feel alone? Wendigo skull just like me! For real, for real! Yikes.
So cold. Must eat. SCP-323 was first discovered on December 9, 1997, in the Bittern Lake Reserve, part of the Lakla Runge First Nation in Canada.
Dude, it's always Canada, am I right? Bro, only a Canadian SCP would make you want to give him a hug.
An unregistered community had been sustaining an active SCP-323-1 by routinely murdering individuals and leaving them out as an appeasement to 323-1.
Dude, it's routine. Don't worry about it.
Investigation revealed that many people were involved, and these people were amnesticized after being interviewed, and a cover story involving an unidentified serial killer was propagated. Unfortunately, the 323-1 died of starvation during its transfer to Site-91.
Bro, so it's really not that dangerous. Issue is, it'll just, you know, die. Because it fucking needs to eat every 15 minutes.
James Namagus, an individual involved in the murders and sustaining of SCP-323-1.
Wait, so it works. So SCP-323-1 is intelligent. It just needs to consume, yes, because it's lonely and hungry and all that shit, but it is intelligent to the point that this guy, he didn't just view him as food. He literally viewed him as, you know, a helper, someone to help him consume. It's intelligent. That's terrifying.
One, prior to its containment, was brought in by a professor from the Foundation for questioning.
Yeah.
James remained unusual.
You gotta make this guy one of those D-class prisoners that you feed to fucking Shy Guy.
Usually calm throughout and after the interview. James told the professor that he involved in moving the bodies for...
How did he get a body every 15 minutes for Wendigo?
...for the Wendigo to eat. Here, Wendigo refers to the 323-1 instance. His elders told them a story of the Cree men, back when fighting was common, who tried to control...
Back when fighting was common. The old days, the archaic days, when humans would fight on another. Unlike today. As we know, today the world is in a state of peace, the likes of which we have never seen before.
...the Wendigo to give his people an advantage. When asked about how they first encountered Wendigo, he said, "One night, I heard yelling all around the village. A warped man walked out of the woods, killed our friends right in front of us.
That's bad.
Sometimes it would stare more than it would make to kill.
Interesting. So it's like, on the one hand, it wants friend. On the other hand, it wants to eat you.
Felt like I could understand the warped man, the Wendigo, and that we could leave with him like we all do when we pass. When I was made to kill, I thought of this and it calmed me."
Aww, dude, this is like a life lesson for everybody. If you're ever in a position where you're made to kill people, well, just think like this guy.
I didn't run. It would look at me sometimes. I could hear him in my mind.
Wait a second. That's an interesting thought. We know that the skull emits these waves that'll make people want to put it on. However, perhaps the skull does once it's on someone, once there is an SCP-323-1, does it still emit these waves to make people go mad and put people under their control?
I could feel him watching me from out of my own eyes. This helped me watch these people die, and I hoped it would pass on my family.
Oh my god, dude! The wild self-justifications this man is going through as to why it's okay that he's supplying humans for this Wendigo to eat. My god.
Following the interview, James was administered amnestics.
Amnestics? Reintroduced to the community? Ain't no way. Feed him to the Wendigo, brother.
And was reintroduced to his community. SCP-323.
Wendigo just gaslighted him. It's okay. He was supplying food for the Wendigo, but he was just gaslighted. Wendigo is too much of a girl boss for him to deal with.
Is to be kept in a 17 cubic meters concrete containment cell in Site-91.
Yep.
It is to be restrained in the center of the cell with a 1 cubic meter container of 8.8 centimeter thick transparent armor.
All right.
The container...
That's what you do, baby. You just leave it there and leave it alone. It's so interesting. I feel like some of these SCPs that are just incredibly horrifying, mind-warping, and dangerous are only really mind-warping and dangerous in the wild when they're discovered. I feel like containing them is really not as hard as the initial trauma that they wreak on people.
Must be lined with a one-way laminate, which has one electronically locked access port. This container is to be internally lit, with the surrounding cell kept dimmer to facilitate the one-way laminate.
Okay.
The cell is to be surveyed remotely at all times, and any signs of activity are to be reported. No personnel are to enter SCP-323.
We have nothing to see here. No, sir.
3's containment cell except to examine the integrity of SCP-323's restraint measures.
Why would the integrity of the restraint measures weaken? It's just a fucking skull.
The restraint measures are to be examined bi-weekly, and any signs of damage are to be repaired immediately. All personnel who enter 323's containment cell are to be accompanied by an armed guard. Personnel are not to be within 323's containment cell for longer than 45 minutes.
Right? Because it takes, what, 47 minutes for it to mind control people?
And any
Did someone say integrity? Bro, I ain't high enough for this.
communication around 323 is to be written or spoken in a language other than English or French.
Wait, because they found the Wendigo skulls in Canada. No! No! They found it in Canada, so they speak other languages there because they wouldn't understand. Oh, that's so funny. My God.
In the event that 323 breaches containment and an instance of 323-1 is formed, personnel are to evacuate Site 9-1 and the site is to be locked down. Remote units are to
You don't need remote units. Just let it starve to death. Bro, just freaking lock down the place and let it eat itself.
be deployed to destroy the body of 323-1. Following this, armed personnel may be sent in to reestablish the containment of SCP-323.
I really liked this video. I liked the rubber. He did a really good job here. That was dope. Definitely send this man some love. He's a cute little block of tofu with a light bulb on his shirt. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. That was horrifying. God damn. Like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitch. Stay weird, fam.